Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back. This is another episode of the S2000 Upgrades.
And a training.
So some of you may already know, if you follow me on Instagram, what happened to the S2000. It's nothing catastrophic or anything like that. We're having some drivability problems. So some of the issues that we're having are, one being the idle. We cannot maintain a proper idle. Right now we have an idle of about 1,000 to 2,500 RPM, and it's all over the place. It cannot find a happy place and just settle down and idle correctly. It will idle somewhat okay if we richen it beyond what the O2 sensor can read, which is not right, but that is one way to do it. And right off the bat, you would think vacuum leak, or at least that's what we thought. So we sprayed down the intake side, all the lines and whatnot with some brake cleaner to see if it would idle up in speed, and it did not, indicating an idle or indicating a leak-free system. As far as we know, there is no air leaks. So the only thing that we can think of is this 80mm. It's a little bit too large, or something is going on here. It's bypassing too much air past the throttle plate. So we did disconnect the IEC valve, and we had to back off this idle adjustment screw all the way to where it is not even hitting the stop at all. And if I push it forward far enough, it wedges in there, and then we can get the idle to slow down to under 1,000 RPM. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that right now at the moment, but that is one of the major issues that we're having. And issue number two is the exhaust manifold. It is getting red hot, orange hot, whatever you want to call it, but you can clearly see it through some of the exposures on the heat wrap that I missed. But it did melt a little bit of my fuse box. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it, but right here at the bottom of the fuse box, it did start melting it. But some of the plastic did come off, and if I was to run it a little bit longer and harder than that, who knows, there could be a potential for a fire, and we definitely do not want that. So that is the reason why it is not going to be moving from here till the problem is fixed. There could be three issues with that. One being timing, ignition timing. Two and three being rich or lean fuel mixture, which I do not think we have a rich or lean fuel mixture problem causing that. Because it does do it at idle, and it will do it normal driving, and of course wide open throttle. So we do have an air fuel meter that we can monitor air fuel ratio with, and that signal goes back to the ECU. It is a possibility, but unlikely, I think, that it is my O2 sensor saying the wrong signal, because I don't think that we had any kind of knocking issues on the dyno or misfires or anything like that. And I'm not sure what's going on with that. I need to look into that further, because I do not want to drive it because of that. And issue number three is a lower power output. I'm not going to say it's the manifold, but it's a possibility that it is the manifold too large, which I did know, and I was taking a chance before anybody says anything. I do have cams, I do have a ported head, and there was a chance that I was willing to take. So that is the reason why I wanted to try the Skunk 2 Ultra Race, and I'm not completely ruling out the low power issue being just the manifold, because if we do have an air fuel problem that I'm not picking up, or an ignition problem that's going on, that will cause a complete change of horsepower output. So that's why I'm not ruling out the manifold completely just yet. I have been looking into other options already, and I'm just gonna wait till I pull it off till I find out for sure what is going on. I do need to verify for myself. I need to verify fuel pressure, injector dead times, and stuff like that. Stuff that can cause problems like that. But it is kind of weird that it does not register a problem on the gauge. But who knows? Maybe if it is rich, maybe the rest of the fuel is burning inside here because it is red hot. And by the time it gets to the sensor, which is about halfway down the car, right in the middle, and the O2 sensor thinks it's fine, but it's actually not. So that is a potential issue there that I need to look at. So you will see some dyno runs from last weekend, and things to keep in mind are the car is tuned on pump gas right now. There's no E85 in the system. We did not even try it because of the issue going on. So there could be a slight increase, a little bit more of an increase of power, but it's still not right. And you will also see a little bit of fabrication on the Gurnby exhaust pipe. We integrated that into the HKS. It sounds a little bit different, but not too different. It still sounds like an HKS, which I was wanting, so that is a good plus for me. I do love the way the HKS sounds, and you will see a little bit of that fabrication going on. Unfortunately, I did not get a picture of the finished product, but you can more or less see where we were going with it, and it did turn out real nice. I'm happy with it. Oh, and also I will mention that there was a bunch of inconsistent data logging. And one thing Chad did say was whenever he was doing some drivability runs and a little bit of wide open throttle runs, he did notice that there was some inconsistent data going on. For example, he would make he would data log a run and make the corrections of what the car needed, added fuel, took away fuel, whatnot. And then whenever he would go the second time to verify and get more of a data log, those changes that he did made had to be changed again. So he said probably because the runner lengths are too wide, too short, which again we did know, and that was causing some kind of weird resonance inside the manifold that would just throw everything off, and who knows what was going on. We to really find out, you'd have to have tons of sensors and computer graphs and I don't know, all that stuff, but to get it right, you have to have all that kind of R&D into it. And I did try to record some runs and whatnot, but it was difficult. It was a long night and somewhat disappointing night, but this is not over yet. So here are some runs, and enjoy the video, and leave a comment down below what you think. Tell me what you think is going on with the car. But just to kind of recap over those issues, we have an idle air control problem, we have a low power output, and a red hot exhaust manifold. And two of those issues can be tied together, which are the lower power output and the hot exhaust manifold. Something going on there. We lost power. Something's not right. But like I said, here are some runs that we did do that night, and a little bit of fabrication on the exhaust, which is right here, by the way. But that's enough rambling. Here is the footage that I did get that night. I do hope you enjoy it, and let me know what you guys think.